Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We got another Avalon the Game update here for you. It's been a while. They took a little bit of a break for the summertime to give their development team a little bit of a vacation. They also went through and did a number of updates, which we'll cover here on the video. And they are ready to, or just about ready to go ahead and kick it off again to let us back in and start playing again. So that will probably kick off here in maybe a week or so. So there's a lot of updates. They've went ahead and the team got refreshed for the final push before we go into beta. So it's an exciting time. I think most of the players that have been in the alpha so far are ready to get back in there. They're excited to play, and they're also excited to see what all the updates are for the game. So what I wanted to go ahead and cover in this video is just give you a quick update on everything. There's a lot. I promise you there is a lot. I'm not going to be able to cover it all in a short amount of time, but I'm going to try and highlight the main ones that I can think of. And then also you can go ahead and check out their Discord for the full details of everything that's been announced so far. What I'll do is I'm going to let you know about all of the announced updates, plus a few that are not officially announced yet, and a few sneak peeks. So let's go ahead and dive in there. Alpha Season 2 is going to be kicking off here in about a week or so. In order to get access to the game, just like in the past Alpha, you're going to have to go ahead and get passes. This time it's going to be a little bit different though. Instead of having a monthly pass that you go out and grab, they're actually going to have two separate passes that are available. They're going to have one pass that's a 30-day pass where you'll go ahead and it'll start at any time. It's not just September 1st through the end of the month. Once you buy it, activate it, you have a full 30 days to go ahead and play the game and go ahead and gather up and test it out the way you want to. As part of this 30-day access pass, you're going to be able to go ahead and gather the 21 badges that can then be turned in for an uncommon character. In addition, if you go through and you're playing the game and you get any of the drops within the game that are NFT worthy, you can go ahead and claim those. Things like Carl's armor, the Titan's helmet, the werewolf amulet, and things like that. There's a lot of things that are around the game that you can go ahead and get. Plus, I've heard there's going to be some new items in the game too, unannounced yet, so we don't have the details on that, but you'll be eligible to go ahead and collect any of those with your pass, with a 30-day pass. The other option that's going to be out there is going to be the 7-day pass. And with a 7-day pass, you're going to go ahead and be able to test out the game, but you are not eligible for any NFTs. You will not be able to get any of the badges that can be turned in for characters. You won't be able to get any of the NFT drops. They'll drop and you can use them in game during alpha, but you cannot redeem them for an NFT. So be aware of that. It's just really a chance for those to go ahead and test out the game. There's a number of people that were concerned with the 30-day higher price point pass. So they wanted to go ahead and give an option for a shorter period, cheaper price. The 30-day pass is going to be $60, which is comparable to the other passes that have been out there. The 7-day pass is only going to be $10. So it's $10. You can go ahead and test it out for 7 days. Make a decision whether you want to go ahead and continue to play the game. You can go ahead and grab a 30-day pass after that. You can wait for beta. You can go ahead and get a character. It's all up to you. It's really just a chance to go ahead and test the game. So those will be available here shortly on Atomic Hub, on OpenSea, on Venly, and then possibly just a few other blockchains that are going to be announced here very shortly. So those will all be available here probably within the next week, so we can go ahead and jump back in game. That's how you access the game. Let's talk about some of the big changes that have happened within the game between when they closed down alpha about a month or so ago to when they relaunch it. They've been hard at work in development. There's a number of big things, and you can go to their Discord to see the full list. I'm going to try and go highlight a number of them. First is going to be the housing. Before, when you bought a house, you had to go ahead and DM or submit a ticket within the Discord. You had to find your slot that you wanted to go ahead and put your house that wasn't already used. The development team would go through the process to make sure that that was assigned to you. It was kind of a tedious process. What they've done is they've implemented a solution that's worked really well in other games, where if you buy the NFT, you can actually go within the game and claim an open spot. For those houses that are available, they'll have a for sale sign. So you just go click on the for sale sign and then use that NFT or convert that NFT to give you access to that house and essentially claim the house. They are going through the process right now for anyone that already has a house to clean it up, to make sure that everyone that owns a house that's already claimed a house is converted already, so they have access to those houses. Some of the neat things that are going to happen with the houses is you're going to be able to lock the house. You can let certain people in. You can give people permission that give you access, but not anyone can go in your house anymore and take your replenishing goods that happen in each of the houses. So you can give access to certain people. You can go ahead and just completely block it off to anyone, so only you have access. It's going to be completely up to you as an owner of that home. In addition to that, there's a number of other things that happened as far as they've gone through and they've added a lot of new sounds. If you played through the game, you may have gotten to certain areas where there were no sounds. It's just part of the alpha. It's just part of a development of a game. They've gone through, and a lot of those areas they've gone ahead and given sound, and a lot of the areas that did have sound, they kind of upgraded the sound. So now it's just a better experience when you're wearing a set of headphones. Just overall a better experience in the game. Another thing that a lot of people have been asking for is they've gone through and they've modularized the Templar and the Inquisitor, and they're going to do this with all the characters. Essentially now what they've done is they've gone through and each part of the character is now an individual piece. So when the game in beta and launch come around, you can get equipment and it'll be for specific, for example, if you find the Titan helmet, you should be able to go ahead and put the Titan helmet on, and your character is actually going to look like the Titan helmet is on your head. So they've gone through and done that. Before, it was just a flat skin that covered everything, so everybody looked the same as far as the rarity of your character. This will be modularized, and in fact, I think it is. I'm not sure if it'll be available in alpha or if we have to wait for beta, but they've gone through the work and done that for those two characters. But you will be able to change your skin, I think, in alpha, so you can go ahead and make your Templar look a little bit different, so it's not the same one that's running around all over the place. It's a little bit of a variety in there. So that is going to be available. One of the other neat things, and I have a sneaking suspicion everyone in the game is going to go ahead and play with this. The temples are now can be set on fire within the game. If you have a fire dragon, you can go ahead and set the temples on fire. I have a sneaking suspicion once the dragons are released here in alpha, the temple is going to be on fire 24/7 for at least like the first week, because people are going to just want to keep doing this. My only concern with this is just your bandwidth, how much it's going to impact as far as any freezing or anything along those lines. But they've been testing it out, and that's part of alpha to continue to test it out. So it's going to be really neat just to go ahead, grab a dragon, fly by a temple, and just set it on fire. I think that's going to be a neat thing to go ahead and test out within the game. In addition to that, they have released a few updates as far as beta goes. If you're not aware, right now the game, if you haven't had a chance to jump in, the game is one island as far as alpha goes. It's something that you can run around the island. It takes some time, but it's within reason to go ahead and run around the island, especially if you have the explorer boots and you go a little bit faster. If you have a horse, then it's even better. Obviously, a flying mount, it's super quick, and I've done some videos as far as flying around the island itself. For beta, they released some ideas of the map itself, and we'll actually jump to this one first. Instead of just one little island, which is probably like the space of this, it is huge. I think they said it's 7 times bigger than what we have currently. They also released this picture here, which, again, it doesn't have all the buildings in here yet. They're going through and designing the map for it. But this is the map, and you can see this little circle down here. Zooming in, and you can see that's the size of a character. This is the map. This is the character. So you can see it is huge. Especially when I jump over here, that's probably like just the little area here, and then you have all this other land. It's going to be a lot to explore and a lot of fun, because they're going to have stuff around every single corner. If you know the team, they go ahead and they hide stuff all over the place too. So they actually encourage you to explore the different areas that just aren't along the side of the road. There'll be a treasure at the bottom of some canyon that you have to find a way down to get to it. So it's going to be really neat as far as beta goes, as far as the size of the land itself. It's massive. It's pretty darn massive. But going back to alpha for a few other little things that are coming out here. There is going to be a fourth village that's coming out here very, very shortly. What they're trying to do again is as more people come onto the game, and we'll see that a lot more here in beta. There's going to be villages everywhere, but as far as the island itself right now, there's going to be a fourth village, and this is just a sneak peek. It is not the final version. It's still being edited, so disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. It is not the final look to the village, but it's just a quick sneak peek. It's on the cliff. It's right by the ocean. I can only imagine the views are spectacular from this village, but it's going to kind of look like this. It's going to be super neat just to have another village in there. A lot more people are going to be joining as part of, I believe it's part of another guild, which may or may not take ownership. Again, disclaimer, this is not finalized, yada, yada, yada. Just giving you a sneak peek here. In addition to this fourth village that's coming out here, there's a big upgrade that's going to be happening to Carl's Landing. Right now, if you're familiar with Carl's Landing, it's kind of like a one road all the way from the Carl's Beach all the way up to the Warrior Lion Mill. That's all the way in the top of the hill as far as the green pastures go. Because of how quickly that filled up as far as people getting the houses, they are going to go ahead and add some additional items. This is Carl's Landing here from a top view. This is Carl's Beach where you can get the armor from Carl. You have this path that goes up here as far as the village goes, and then you have the mill up here that I was referring to. Plus, there may or may not be some really cool quests around here. If you're familiar with the game, this is around the area where the Fire Dragon dungeon is. So what they're going through is they're actually going to upgrade this and add some additional buildings. As they say, vendors are moving in. For example, a stable is going to be listed up here. A new forge is going to be added. A cool new item here that I have not seen yet is going to be added right there. And then the temple and the market are going to be up here. So they're basically upgrading this quite a bit. If you're not familiar, up here on the top, there is the second harbor. So this is going to become a very lively area, which I'm glad to see. Because it's so far away from the other villages. And I just realized as we're talking, as I was jumping back here, this will be the fifth village. I'm sorry. we already have 4 in there. Whew. You can tell it's been too long since I've been in the game. It's too long of a break. I'm ready to get back in there. So this will be the 5th village. Apologize for the miscommunication. This was actually the 4th village that was entered. The 4th village, Carl's Landing, is so far away from the other 3 villages that it didn't get a ton of traffic. But I think as the Fire Dragon dungeon comes live and all these other things are added, I think this is going to become a lot more active as far as a village goes. Those are it for as far as the high level, or I should say the highlighted important changes that we're going to be going ahead and seeing here in the near future. Jumping back to the Discord, I highly encourage you all to go over to their Discord, go to the development updates. There is a whole list of items that are going to be added or have been added. Even little things like just UI updates that are really helping out. Photo mode is going to be available. They highly encourage photos and submitting photos. And if you haven't seen already, a lot of the user photos get used in their tweets too. So if you take a picture and you submit it in the Discord, there's a good chance they're going to go ahead and use it in a tweet. Obviously, if it's a good picture, and this picture mode gives you a better option of doing that. But so many more updates that are here. The Ice Dragon and the Fire Dragon are getting additional updates as far as their attacks go. Like I said, churches or temples are now available to be on fire. Lots of new sounds within the game. Improved controller support. There's a lot of people that use controllers when they're playing the game. They've gone through and they've updated it, and it's just overall improved. So they've been busy. For those of you that are not aware, even though some of them did take vacations, they did take breaks, they've been busy and working on the game. I'm excited to go ahead and check out the game once it's re-released here in September. Again, there'll be 2 passes available, a 7-day and a 30-day pass. 7-day pass is $10. 30-day pass is going to be $60. Only this 30-day pass is eligible for NFTs within the game. Again, be aware of that. The 7-day pass is only for testing out the game to see if you want to continue forward with it. It just really gives you an option to go ahead and continue forward if you choose to do that. So that's it. Go ahead in the comments down below. Let me know if you missed anything, or if I missed anything. Once we get live here in the game, I'm going to go ahead and do another video, definitely doing the dragon, setting the temples on fire. I'm excited for that one. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So go ahead and let me know what you think of the game. Are you going to test it out here in September? We're getting pretty close to beta, so beta is going to be here shortly. Again, the 30-day pass gives you the ability to earn 21 badges that you can turn into a character, which gives you full access to beta and launch. All you need is a character, and you can earn for free just by testing out the game. And I say free, quote unquote. You got to buy the 30-day pass, and then you earn the badges. So no confusion there. I hope you all have a great day. I'm sorry for the little bit of rambling. I'm excited for Avalon to launch back here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.